break here. If you have anything to do in the school system, like
inches of rain and now the freezing cold temperatures, what else would you want to do on spring break? Dodge the rain or, freeze to death?
well, I tell you, we're pretty lucky, or at least you and I were talking about it. There are a lot of people having a really hard time right now, and be kind of tried to say, oh, we're thinking of that. We are, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of hard work and lost everything, quite frankly, in our area. And this is becoming way too common in our state here in the last 3, 4, 5 years, and I hate to see it. And again, we will hope the sunshine gets out here and can kind of get things dried out. That's our other comrade right there, trying to get in the front door.
Is he?
Yeah, he's running a little late.
I think I should let him in.
Yeah, so I tell you what we're going to do. Let's take a break. Let's thank our great sponsors who allowed this train wreck to happen. We're going to act like that first 3 or 4 minutes, a few minutes ago, didn't happen. Let's get Donley in here. We'll complete the show, and we'll come back here and try to have a good show for you today. So stick around, folks.
Rockin' and roaring from the GEC studios. WMSM.
Hey Garrard County, this is Anthony with Double D's Beer Cheese. Have you tried our local beer cheese? You can now get it at Lancaster Liquors, Yoder's Custom Processing. Man, it's good. Can't wait for you to try our beer cheese. I think it'll be your favorite too.
Honest, reliable, dependable. It's more than just a tagline at 3 City Heating and Air. Folks around here know you call a locally owned company when you need the job done right. 3 City is committed to keeping local families comfortable and always at a fair price. Residential and commercial HVAC made easy. 3 City Heating and Air.
Nothing beats the hometown taste of Lee's famous recipe. Lee's Fish and Chips Combo is now only $6.99 and a 12-piece family meal just $33, including our tasty fixins. Now that's something to cheer about. Lee's famous recipe in Lancaster. Go Lions!
Bob Allen is Danville's deal maker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Garrard County Athletics.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, we understand the meaning of commitment, hard work, and extra effort. Just like our Golden and Lady Lion teams, we're proud to be part of the tradition that makes our community special. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Students, get ready now. The Garrard County Area Technology Center nursing program engages students and offers an accelerated path to a nursing career. Fast track to a great future by gaining hands-on experience and training. Ready? Why wait? Make tomorrow today at the Garrard County Area Technology Center.
Safe, secure, Docubit. Introducing DataBot, a precision digital destruction tool that protects your confidentiality and allows for sustainable device recycling. Secure document and digital destruction by the area's premier data protection service. Call Docubit.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions!
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
Buy local, eat well at Marksberry Farm.
We're growing and we need you. Great people.
Great job.
Come be part of our exciting future.
Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community, whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture. We're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors Be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
The Garrett County Chamber of Commerce, where business meets community. Business and community members alike can get involved, stay informed, and take advantage of helpful insights. Supporting local means a healthier community. Sound good? Then the Garrett County Chamber of Commerce is for you.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. You'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Like a good neighbor, Katie Farthing and her State Farm team are there, protecting your home, car, life, and business.
Actually, we're pretty good at it.
Now's the perfect time to call and make sure you're getting the coverage and price you deserve at Katie Farthing State Farm.
But here's your Pastor Wendell statement. Your prayer life is a transcript of your prophetic future. What you're praying today is written down on what you will see tomorrow. Don't stop praying. Amen.
Rock and Rollin' Radio. WMSM.
Welcome back. And, oh my goodness, let me turn this down just a little bit. All right, so we're still figuring out some things here, and I've got a terrible echo, so I'm going to pull this back. Gentlemen, let's just act like that first segment never happened, and welcome to the Donnie and Jimmy Show. And we're going to talk about GC sports. We're going to talk a little NCAA basketball tournament, see how your bracket did, and get in a couple things on this spring break edition. Gentlemen, how you doing? What's up, big boy?
Busy.
Are you?
Hey, all I know is I've survived the 2025 flood.
Man,
That's what's you can blame all the technical difficulties on all the rain we've had.
Yeah, that's probably not it.
The fiber optic, the internet's out.
Yeah, it's operator. It's Uncle JJ, I think.
Operator
error.
Yeah,
probably more than likely. But I'm doing fine. Can't complain. The sun's shining. It's clear skies. Jimmy, how about you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Just
any sports this week?
Not at home. I know baseball plays away today. I think their game yesterday got canceled, and softball plays Thursday at Frankfort and Friday at Wayne. So, but nothing at home. So
we were talking about a lot of games got canned, and obviously going to have some catch up to do. And it's been a little quiet around the diamonds and the fields.
Jimmy's got a vacation.
Yes.
Him and Centers has got a vacation.
Yes, for a week at least.
Yeah. It's how the makeup starts.
That's true. Till Monday gets here and we start all over again.
Well, that's what I mean. I was having a discussion today. It's like, that last week leading up to middle school baseball, a lot of those games got vacated, canceled due to the rain. So I was like, man, watch them make them up during spring break. But mysteriously, they're not. So we'll be playing 3 or 4 games a week probably when we get back, trying to make up for it.
So how was the schedule for a spring break? And, I mean, back in the day when I was playing, it was spring break. We didn't play as many games. We didn't play that much. Things have certainly changed. Do the coaches and, the team still try to schedule around a break like this, or is it carry on? And
it pretty much, carries on. T usually, with baseball, he usually tries to get in a tournament, 2 or 3 day event, or, one of those wood bat classics over spring break playing away. And so, same thing with Todd with softball. He's got a couple games scheduled at the end of the week, but things pretty much just go on as planned.
That's kind of what I figured.
You want your kids, and families to have a spring break, but you're also still, pretty much at the beginning of your season and trying to get things lined out. Who's playing where and who's batting where. So
sure,
things continue to go on as usual, just like in basketball. Over Christmas you play quite a few games. And
absolutely,
same thing as spring break. So,
they always say, I always hear coaches say, like fall sports, spring, it don't matter what sport it is. It's if you play a fall sport, don't plan on going on vacation during fall break. If you play a spring sport, don't plan on going anywhere during spring break, because that's the way it is now. And You just got to take advantage of that 2-week dead period in the summertime to take your vacations. Just
Commitment's full time now. So
It is.
It's just like any other.
Especially if you want to compete at that high level.
Sure.
You know. And of course, that's what we want at all Garrett County. And every level of Garrett County sports, we want them to compete at a high level, and that's what it takes.
Now, does middle school baseball and softball play during spring break?
Baseball has a game Thursday, and that's what I was trying to pull up there just to see. I think it's actually a conference game, if I remember correctly. I will find out in about 2 seconds.
Because I know Madison County's on spring break this week, and with that conference we're in.
So no, actually they play Rockcastle, and it'll be 2 games. So, and it's a home game on Thursday. So on April 10th, is that right? Today's the 8th, 9th. Yep.
So anybody keep an eye on the field during all the rain? I was just curious.
Which one?
Our new fields. How'd they handle the?
They look like they's draining well.
I haven't been over there, but I would say that a little soggy as expected. But I'd say they held up pretty well. So.
Well, I mean, if it can withstand, the drainage around, obviously a new facility, and I know there's still fine tuning probably still to do, but I was just curious on how. I mean, if it can get through what we've been through the last the last week or so, probably in good shape. I didn't know if you'd been over there.
I haven't. The only thing that really concerned me is the dirt areas where they're supposed to sow grass.
Sure.
And you couldn't sow anything because it's getting ready to rain, and it's still mud. So
it's funny you say that. So the couple of days leading up to all this rain, they were out there like final grade and everything, and getting it prepped to sow grass seed. And I'm like, boys, y'all know there's a flood coming. Y'all watch the
so
7-day
I would
forecast?
say a lot of that they graded was mud and washed off.
But they're trying to. It's just the weather,
Now I tell you, I laid down a little sod right before it all hit. My neighbor got his yard sod, and he said, "Man, you want this leftover sod?" I said, "Yeah." Man, I laid that thing down, and I mean, you can pull on it now, and it's already taken root.
I was gonna say,
really was a good time to lay a little sod right now.
I was gonna say, you can tell who lives in the country club instead of grass seed.
True.
Sod.
Yeah. Well, it's I had a dead spot, so country club.
I've got several of those, but
Yeah.
What did you sow your yard in? Fescue or sod?
Mine, I sowed in weeds the way mine looks.
Yeah, crabgrass.
Yeah.
It covers really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and mowing is on my list. I don't know about you guys, but my goodness, it's 'tis the season. So, all right, so not a lot going on around the fields, but again, you can always check the schedules. All the school or the clubs and teams do a really good job. Garrett County Athletics, you can always find where the game. We try to share as much as possible. We've got a couple games coming up. We're getting ready to cover, and again, kind of get through this spring break and bad weather, and kind of get cranked back up again. It feels like there's been a little bit of a lull here. It's time.
Between the breaks and the rain, and it seems like it's forever since we had a game at home.
But look, we're all together having a show because there's nothing else going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Next week, I won't be able to be here, or Jimmy won't be able to be here, or you can't be here, and it's because we're back at our norm.
Now, do you know this for a fact already?
No, I'm just
just
going ahead and putting it out there because we'll be back in school and the games will be back in session. And next week's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous, like in the 70s.
Yeah.
No rain, all sun. So they're going to be playing. A lot of ball is going to be played next week.
Yep.
And I'm almost willing to bet some of these rain out games, especially like for middle school conference, anyways. I can't speak on high school. They'll be made up during that week. But
so 13th, we're having our sports show right here at the lovely Garrett County Sports Network studios, where we're going to be able to, Scott Bowling, Caleb Grasham will be in, and we'll have our teams come in and the players and visit a little bit with the seniors and some of the key players. I know the season's already underway, but it's a good way to check in on these kids, and one of our favorite broadcasts we do of the year. Also, on the 17th, we're going to be live for the big signing date for a lot of our kids that are going to be sharing with us their destination for the next their athletic prowess in the next season. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Signing on to the next level.
Don't quote me on that, but I think there may be 5.
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah.
3 football, 1 volleyball, 1 softball. I don't think there's any others.
That'd be a great. That's always another great day to be able to share.
Now,
with
I'd
them.
heard through the grapevine that Alexis, she decommitted from the
King College.
So I was going to say Kings. Now, is she going to be? Has she found another home?
She's still searching right now.
Still searching.
She's got options. She's just trying to figure out what fits her best.
Sure. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, wherever that young lady goes is going to be a steal.
Yes, I
because you don't see, especially young ladies play the game as hard and fast as she does for 32 minutes.
Yeah. She's going to be one of those
She's
players
fun to watch.
That's going to be a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Whoever says, you know what, come be part of our team. That's for
She
sure.
seems like she never gets tired. That's the thing. It's amazing to me.
She doesn't. And,
Like, does she sweat?
She's a great kid. I have her in class, and she's humble. She's down to earth, and it's going to make somebody a great basketball player one day.
Yep, I agree. We got a basketball or a softball broadcast at 7:30 on the 21st, and we're still working on scheduling a mainstream media TV broadcast of the baseball team. So looking forward to that. So lots of things going on. As usual, you can kind of follow along with us, and again, check all the. All these teams have Facebook pages, and our school does a great job of sharing all these athletic events. And no excuse, need to get out and check out the new stadium. So we're going to change gears. Let's take a quick break, and then come back and talk about your brackets.
Hey, my brackets turned out all right.
My bracket was all right up until the final weekend.
Yeah, but you
I was feeling pretty good about that.
You picked the ACC, all ACC Final Four, and there's only 3 teams in it. So.
Well, it was me and you, big boy, up until the last weekend, and then that. What's that guy's name that ended up winning it all?
Ashley picked.
Hot Rod.
She filled out his. Ashley Bolin filled out Scott's. So.
Yeah. I didn't expect that. He kind of came out of nowhere, but it happens.
Yeah,
sometimes.
like I said, she knew what she was doing when she filled it out for him. So.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll talk a little your thoughts on the tournament. Anything else you got on your mind? Maybe some fun facts and sports, and let everybody go back to their spring break. All right. So let's take a break, and I'll ask you a question. All right. All right. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Rockin' and roaring from the GEC studios. WMSM.
Hey Garrett County, this is Anthony with Double D's Beer Cheese. Have you tried our local beer cheese? You can now get it at Lancaster Liquors, Yoder's Custom Processing. Man, it's good. Can't wait for you to try our beer cheese. I think it'll be your favorite too.
Honest, reliable, dependable. It's more than just a tagline at 3 City Heating and Air. Folks around here know you call a locally owned company when you need the job done right. 3 City is committed to keeping local families comfortable and always at a fair price. Residential and commercial HVAC made easy. 3 City Heating and Air.
Nothing beats the hometown taste of Lee's famous recipe. Lee's Fish and Chips Combo is now only $6.99 and a 12-piece family meal just $33, including our tasty fixins. Now that's something to cheer about. Lee's famous recipe in Lancaster. Go Lions!
Bob Allen is Danville's deal maker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Garrard County Athletics.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, we understand the meaning of commitment, hard work, and extra effort. Just like our Golden and Lady Lion teams, we're proud to be part of the tradition that makes our community special. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Students, get ready now. The Garrett County Area Technology Center nursing program engages students and offers an accelerated path to a nursing career. Fast track to a great future by gaining hands-on experience and training. Ready? Why wait? Make tomorrow today at the Garrett County Area Technology Center.
Safe, secure, Docubit. Introducing DataBot, a precision digital destruction tool that protects your confidentiality and allows for sustainable device recycling. Secure document and digital destruction by the area's premier data protection service. Call Docubit.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrard County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
Buy local, eat well at Marksberry Farm.
We're growing and we need you. Great people.
Great job.
Come be part of our exciting future.
Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
At Farmers National Bank, we understand the unique needs of our community. Whether personal banking, business banking, or agriculture, we're here with you every step of the way, enhancing lives and empowering communities. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank.
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
The Garrard County Chamber of Commerce, where business meets community. Business and community members alike can get involved, stay informed, and take advantage of helpful insights. Supporting local means a healthier community. Sound good? Then the Garrard County Chamber of Commerce is for you.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. You'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Like a good neighbor, Katie Farthing and her State Farm team are there, protecting your home, car, life, and business.
Actually, we're pretty good at it.
Now's the perfect time to call and make sure you're getting the coverage and price you deserve at Katie Farthing State Farm.
But here's your Pastor Wendell statement. Your prayer life is a transcript of your prophetic future. What you're praying today is written down on what you will see tomorrow. Don't stop praying. Amen.
Rockin' and Rollin' Radio. WMSM.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And Ashley Bolton, yes. Is it basketball season yet? So, what did you think of the tournament?
I mean, with the whole NIL and all this, chalk played out in the Final Four. You had all ones, and it made for a really good Final Four.
I was pretty engaged and entertained.
I watched the whole game last night, and I was kind of, I know, Florida, SEC. I was kind of rooting for Kelvin Sampson, old school, 70. Don't know how many more opportunities he'll get. But I just like his style. He's hard nosed. He's no nonsense, and his kids buying, and he's got a culture.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Did you watch any?
I watched it. I thought it was very entertaining. It's probably usually when Kentucky goes out, I lose interest. But this year, I kept watching it. Well, mainly because Kentucky made it to Sweet 16, and I want to see who ended up coming out that weekend. And then, Elite Eight, I kept waiting to see if Duke got knocked out, and they did. So then I was all in. I was kind of like Jimmy here. I was rooting for Houston, but at the same time, I was wanting the SEC to come through, which they ended up doing with Florida winning it. But it was very entertaining. Last night's game, if the refs called that game instead of like they call all the season games this year, there wouldn't have been probably a guy they couldn't play an entire season. It was so physical last night.
But how do you call 4 fouls in the first half and 25 in the second half?
Well, they called 3 fouls in 12 seconds there out of the second half, all on Houston. and it was like crazy. But
I thought that was the ugliest Final Four floor that I'd ever seen. It just kept jumping out at me. It was like how, excuse me, unattractive it was. I know that doesn't have anything to do with the game itself, but I just thought the floor was just really ugly for some reason.
I didn't pay much attention.
You didn't pay?
I never noticed it.
I thought it was horrible. I thought it was really ugly. So, but it was a great tournament, a great season of basketball, and I mean, a lot of excitement. So,
but did you get the technical foul right after halftime against Florida?
For standing on the floor?
For standing on the floor.
Yeah.
I didn't get that, and they talked about it briefly there. But I thought if a player came on the floor, they got ejected as well.
I think it was the coaches. Is what it was on.
Was it? Because I was like, man, it confused me last
night.
But
that was the changing point in the game because after that technical, 10 of the next 12 fouls were on Houston, and they were boom, boom, boom. And that kind of.
What are you trying to say? You're a little conspiracy?
No, I'm just saying. That was a turning point in the game. The officials didn't win or lose that game.
No, they
but
didn't.
It was a turning point.
Watching the last 16 seconds of that game, and watching Houston's head coach just stand there, I don't think he didn't move. There was never a facial expression or nothing. It's like he knew what was getting ready to happen. Watching his guys, just. You
don't get a shot off. It's kind of that's a tough way to lose when you don't get a shot off.
Gut-wrenching.
Interesting fact. The things he got in trouble for at Indiana are legal now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just shows you where the game has gone. They've turned college sports into professional sports.
Oh, yeah.
But in the end, I really enjoyed the gameplay at the tournament.
Yeah, it was
and
great.
Despite, this and that, officiating, so on and so forth, overall, I was really engaged this year. And I don't know, I thought it was great. I thought it was a great tournament.
Well, you take that and then you throw in the ladies tournament, big UConn coming in there and absolutely blowing out South Carolina. I love that. I can't stand South Carolina.
I like Don Staley.
He is the man.
Gino's the GOAT now.
He is.
Gino's the GOAT.
He is a great coach.
12 national championships. I don't care if you're playing polo. That's
a lot.
That's impressive.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, and like he said, his team just came together, and started playing like in February. They started figuring it out in February. And to see where they ended up at is awesome. And that's credit to his leadership.
And just an inquiring mind was wanting to know, and I'm not going to say who was asking, who was saying. You were talking about an unattractive floor.
Yeah.
How does a man wear a Louisville hat and a Kansas City sweatshirt and think something is unattractive?
That's a valid point. That's a valid point. Yeah. Well, the Louisville hat is to celebrate the great recruiting that we're doing, the signings that we got.
Oh, I thought you were celebrating the first team out of the tournament.
No. Well, that you got to. I've already celebrated that.
I got you.
Yeah. So I'm celebrating the great free agency that we've got going on.
Unlimited supply.
Unlimited supply of money. Yeah, but that's the thing that's changed in the last couple years there. So we got that going for us, and then. The Kansas City shirt was out because I'd already worn it once. So
I can't stand Patrick.
Yeah,
Mahomes,
my wife's out of town. There's nobody to dress me.
Oh,
I mean, there you go. Yeah.
You're like my kids then. They've wore the same outfits for 4 days now.
It wasn't 30. I thought I'd wear it again. It's just you guys.
We ain't left the house,
spring
Dad.
break, there's nobody here, so everybody's out and you did mention something. I want to go back to it. The kids are really going to get busy next week. Basketball, or baseball and softball. So make sure you check the schedule. Donnelly, I think you said the softball team plays almost every day next week.
Next week, softball team plays Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Wow.
Well, of course you asked me that when I don't have it up no more. Out of those games that are home and away, let's just see here. We got this week they're at Wayne County on the 11th. But
I'm looking for opportunities for folks to come out and
so
check out the
new 14th they're home.
Yeah.
Then on the 15th they're at The 17th they're at Bull County. That'll be a big game there. The 18th, they'll be back home against Marion. And then the 21st, which is the following week, we won't go ahead, but they take on the team to the south of us.
Now, that's the game I said earlier that we're going to broadcast, and I think I said 7:30.
It's at 6
You
o'clock.
corrected me. That's at 6 o'clock first pitch, right? Yep.
First pitch.
Yeah. So I'm glad you told me because don't know what I'd be doing at 6 o'clock.
That's a good game.
I need to be there.
And next week, too, you have baseball that plays Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. You look at Wednesday, they play at home against Lincoln. Tuesday's away against Lincoln. And then Friday is home against Woodford. Monday's away at North Laurel. So
Both teams off to even starts,
Yeah,
pretty much.
pretty much.
Off to good starts at playing some. Still trying to find themselves, but both expected to have.
It's still early.
Still early, good seasons, and as you said, finding themselves, and that's why this break kind of. Well, let me tell you, they're gonna have an opportunity to get in rhythm next week. That's for sure, both. So again, highly
Hope so.
recommend you guys get out and check it out. What else is going on around GC? What else do we need to talk about? Sports-wise, we talked about the signings coming up. We talked about the softball and baseball team getting active. What else is going on there, Mr. Assistant
tennis,
AD?
tennis is off to a great start.
Yeah.
I know the girls, I think, have only lost one match.
That's terrific.
The boys have improved since the start of the season. They haven't done as well as the girls, but both teams are impressive. It's something to come and watch as well. And there's no charge for tennis. So you can just walk up and watch, all the tennis you want. Usually starts around 5:30, 6, and tennis matches usually last 3 hours maybe. But they're a fun group to watch.
And there's multiple. I attended my first tennis match a couple of weeks, the opening night, and I learned a lot that first night. But it's very entertaining. There's multiple matches because you'll have these boys or girls. These two will be taking on the team from their opponents, whether it's from Lincoln or wherever they may be. But then you got another bunch that are waiting their turn to go on. So you get to see multiple kids on the court in that 3-hour span. So it's very entertaining.
Did you listen in on any comments from some of the other schools, or did you hear any positive feedback? As you were watching the kids play, I'm just curious on what kind of feedback we get. Because folks come to the facility for the first time.
People are just just like we are in awe of what they see. You hear everything from this is fantastic to this is amazing. Wish we had something like this.
Yeah.
We'll never have something like this. And what's really, really neat is any afternoon during the week, you can walk from the high school down to the athletic facilities and you can see 30 to 35 kids practicing track. You have football afternoon workouts on the field. You have baseball either playing or practicing. You have tennis playing or practicing. You have softball playing or practicing. And you've got over 100 students right there in one area.
It's awesome.
Participating in sports.
And that's great. Yeah.
Before you were spread out all over the county.
You have not to leave them out, but you have a track team that actually has a facility that they can actually don't have to go to Stanford or Bull County or surrounding county to use their facility. They have their stuff here, and that's awesome. And I don't know how many they have, but it looked like they had 100 out there the other day. Doing track, between doing the high jumps and the long jumps and disc and shot put and 400 meters.
It's neat just to walk out there and just see all those kids.
Did you do track, Donnelly?
Yeah,
Did you
I
throw
did track
something?
when somebody chased me.
No, I figured you threw something heavy around.
I did one year, but then I messed my shoulder up in football, and I never did get back into it. But I did enjoy the disc and shot put.
Did you do any track?
Me, no.
No?
No.
Huh?
I'm kind of like Donnelly. If I'm running, somebody's chasing me.
You better be chasing me.
So.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm out on that.
All right.
Yeah, so folks,
that's for young people.
That's for young people. Well, again, I think these facilities kind of might inspire somebody to go, I'd really like to be part of that. So you want to be part of something that's so nice and appealing and cool.
Well, you say that, and I've seen a lot of guys out there, and I say guys, but I mean guys and girls, on that when I was watching them. I was watching a softball and baseball game, and track was over there practicing. And I seen a lot of faces over there practicing track that I had no idea they did track. So it's good to see them doing that.
Yeah.
So, what are you scrolling over?
Well, I always like to try to. I mean, there has to be something important in sports going on.
This is Masters Week.
It is
important week.
Oh, that is Masters Week.
It
so
is.
yeah.
Do you keep up with golf at all?
I used to keep up with golf a lot, but it's been 10, 12 years. For some reason, I guess I was a part of the Tiger group. Frustrating game. Couldn't play it as a young man or young adult. Tried to pick it up as I was later, as I got older, and just no. Are you a fan? Do you follow?
I do follow it. I play some, not well, but I play.
Yeah.
But it's great that spring break worked out this week. So starting Thursday, I can just sit and watch the Masters and not move. But it's a fun time.
Well, 2012, the Masters, Bubba Watson wins on a second hole of sudden death with South African Luis. Oh my goodness, I got myself into that. Would you like to pronounce that for me, Jim Nance? Usethian.
Want to buy a vial?
Ustasian.
Ustasian?
Ustasian.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
so that's I meant to always like to go through here and try to print something out.
That's a bucket list item for me.
Is it?
To go to a Masters, just not for 4 days or whatever. Just
isn't it like a lottery though? That you have to put your name in and way in advance to get the tickets?
have put my name in the lottery for years and years and
have
years.
you really?
And
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And you go online. These secondhand markets. You can't get a ticket. Us common folk can.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you can get a media ticket. Through mainstream.
There we go.
And kind of do some reporting back. Maybe Jeff can hook you up. Maybe we can get a media credential.
We could show them one of our shows. Oh, they'd let us in.
Man.
Yeah.
They see you come with that Louisville hat, they turn us around.
You know what? You got a better chance of doing what you're doing. Don't put us in the mix.
Pretty much.
Put us in the mix. Yeah. Well. Oh, look at this. Oh, look. And 2013. Look at that. Louisville beats Michigan 82-76, and Luke Hancock had 22 points on this day in 2013 to win the national championship, which they revoked. Isn't that what that ball?
So why would you even bring it up if they revoked?
Because what was it? A year later, that banner is gone, and there's an empty space in the record book.
You brought this up, Jeff.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Everybody knows. I mean, when they talk about Patino and stuff like that, they still mention 2013. He won a national championship.
Oh,
yeah. They did it the other day.
Did you see where Patino and Kelsey have talked about playing a home and home?
Yes, I think that'd be great. Yeah.
And I don't believe this for a minute, but they were talking to Patino about it, and he said, well, all is forgiven. All is not forgiven.
Oh, no.
Not to that man.
Oh, no.
So he's turned over a new leaf.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about it. Patino came, he's kind of back in the fold here at Kentucky. You never thought that would happen.
No.
So, I think one of these days we'll carry Calipari in on his chair of his throne.
Nah,
it'll happen.
I hope I get to see it. You probably will, but it'll happen. Yeah, it always does.
It'll happen.
I mean, when you have that kind of success, both Patino at Louisville and Calipari at Kentucky, I mean, time heals all wounds. So, were you pulling for Arkansas in the tournament?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I was.
No.
Of course you were. How?
So you pulled against Patino?
No, I did not. No. I'm sorry. No, I did not pull against Patino. But early on, I was pulling him into the play games of the first round game. Yeah, I wanted to see him win. But no, I was definitely pulling for St. John's. I had St. John's going pretty far. So.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah. So that kind of messed
well, like
me
Rick
up
over the weekend, he was like, "Yeah, if we made it to the Final Four, we'd have beat all these teams and won a national championship."
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I was like,
don't
man,
know
he
about
got
that.
the old Rick swag back.
Yeah.
That's good. And basketball.
Basketball needs that.
It's better when Patino.
It's better, and it's true as much as you hate to admit it. It is better to have Kelsey down in Louisville having that program kind of sticking its head up again because it gets the basketball juices flowing. It's fun.
And college basketball is better when Kentucky, Louisville, North Carolina, Indiana, Duke, Kansas.
Is
They're all
Indiana
good.
still relevant?
No.
And
I don't think they are either.
I don't think they'll ever be relevant again.
I don't either. I think we moved that group on without Indiana, and
Is
that's what I was
UCLA
worried
relevant?
about with Louisville. To be honest with you,
Is UCLA still relevant?
yes, because it's a West Coast team, and because of the market, I still think they are relevant. More so than Indiana, but drifting into the same direction. Yes.
I agree that they're relevant more than Indiana, but
Yeah.
I mean,
outside
come on.
of West
Mick-
Coast, nobody
Mick
knows.
Cronin, he's the man.
He blends in out there.
Yeah.
That's what that.
Oh my goodness,
he blends in. But
Oh,
you
gosh.
talk about
Angry-
tournament.
angry guy.
The Sweet 16, the boys wrapped up. The girls was a week prior to the NCAA
Yep,
tournament
yep.
kicking off. What about Great Crossing?
I mean, they pretty much
New school, and they win it. What they say? It was formed in
Well,
2018. I think
you
it
know,
was.
some of that has to do too with they had new facilities, and it's
New
really
schools.
nice up there. And I mean, I don't know if that have anything to do to it, but I think it does. I think it does. I think all that plays into.
How many players on their roster were from
Well,
Scott
I'm
County?
glad.
Well,
I'm
that's
glad you
true,
said that
too.
because
Yeah.
man, I took the boys went up there that night to watch the championship game. So we were
Absolutely.
standing,
You're
and
right.
I do. Not, have y'all been to Rupp since they've done the renovations? I don't know if they do this for every event there, but we got there early. We was like, let's just go in, and we'll walk around. Well, they wouldn't let nobody in because it used to you walk in the main door, you had that big corridor, you could walk around. Well, now you don't. So they had everybody lining up on the outside, and I'm like, well, I'm glad it's not raining. So we had to sit there for like, I don't know, 30 minutes. And I was sitting in line with the Great Crossing crowd, and the guys next to him was talking to me, and he was kind of giving me some, I didn't know nothing about the team or anything like that. And he goes, yeah, this group's been together since 7th grade, even including the coach. When they built the school and announced the new coach, they made that coach at the middle school the head coach for this for the high school. I was like, oh, that's cool. So he's been coaching for 7 years. He's like, yeah. and I have to say that Malachi kid, my wife used to babysit because she's from Lexington, Georgetown area. She used to babysit him. So I was like,
you aren't. So was it a put together team or was it? A team?
well, just going off what that guy said, those kids are all like Georgetown kids. They've been playing. Well, I will say this: they've been playing with each other, or together, I should say, since 7th grade.
The AAU, you can do that.
It could be them too. I don't know.
But that's
but I thought that was pretty interesting.
That's the nature of the beast.
That's the nature of the beast. Yeah, yeah.
It's it's common. Just if you don't like something, just move on, and just like college.
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of the world we live in.
But that was a heck of a game, though, I will say, because Bowling Green, it got ugly. Great Crossing was up 22 points, and Bowling Green never gave up. They were outmatched, athleticism, size-wise, everything, but they played hard and played great defense.
I lost track after the early rounds. I did. I'll confess. Yeah, I mean
I kept up with it, but
Yeah,
I wasn't.
I mean,
I didn't
Well,
watch it
then
intently.
You take, I think, the girls' Sweet 16. It's Sacred Heart again this year. He had that great. I forget her name, but she's going. She's
Zakiah Johnson.
She committed
Yes.
to play with
Yep.
LSU. I mean, I've read so many things on her that without her, she's pretty much Sacred Heart. Like, there's no way they have 4 years in a row.
I don't know. They've got a couple other D1 players on that team as well. So, but Sacred Heart private school, you can pretty much get who you want. So, they may just reload, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'm sure they will.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's 2025, and it's you can build a team in about 6 months, and that's even becoming more evident and without question in college. But I mean, high school we're seeing the same thing.
Just like,
Open enrollment, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah.
And just like college, when Pope took over here, he had 0 players. When Calipari took over, he had nothing. They all left.
Yeah.
So they built their teams in essentially 2 months through, recruiting, NIL, transfer. So
And it's kind of done pretty good so far for next year.
yeah. Yep.
Not as good as Louisville.
Well, you know.
We'll see come December.
Yeah, we'll see. You got to play some games and see what happens.
And you have to play in a little tougher conference than the ACC.
Oh, it's going to be tough next year. It's going to be tough as nails.
Better have an influx of a lot of talent then. A lot. Yeah.
Oh, man.
You take Louisville out of the equation.
2013. We're going to relive it all over again.
Oh, so
buddy.
they're going
Watch
to put
out.
an asterisk by that one.
Living in the past.
2026.
All right, what you got to finish up? Anything the anybody needs to know? Garrett County wise?
I don't have anything. Do you?
No, I mean, after spring break, middle school kicks off spring football. Do spring football practice. 7th, 8th will go on Monday and Wednesday after school. 5th and 6th will be incoming 4th graders and 5th graders. They'll be on Tuesdays and Thursdays after school. So, it's
crazy.
Yeah.
How fast time flies.
And then
the
high
school year's almost done.
Yeah, and then high school starts their spring practice at the end of the month here in April. So, it's hard to believe we're in spring break now. They'll come back. You'll have when's prom? Like
the
first week in May.
No, it's the last week in April.
Last week in April. So we'll have the prom's the next big thing.
Yeah.
And then
Graduation's
your
around the
graduation.
corner.
And, this school year has flown by.
It has, yeah.
And
it has. Yep.
it's crazy how fast it seems like to me. And I always say it's because the older I get, the more I appreciate life. It seems like every year it gets faster and faster and
It
faster.
does.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
You ain't seen nothing yet, young man.
That's true.
But you said you had a question for me earlier before we went to break. You done forgot it, haven't
I
you?
done forgot it. See, that's what happens. I don't know. All right. Put a wrap on it, buddy.
Well, that's all I got this week.
That's all you got to say? All right.
Well, I'm glad we got together.
Glad we got together.
Glad everybody survived the flood. Got big plans next week.
Big plans next week.
Yeah. Got a bunch of games going on.
Lots of games. All right. We'll try to get back to you guys sooner or later and give an update
Hopefully
on all those
as
big
a group
games.
again.
Yeah. Well, we can. Well, all right. We can. Maybe we'll go on the road too. We're you see, we got this equipment thing all worked out well. You can see how that's going. So hopefully that we can get out more and do some stuff on location. Maybe we'll do something from the track one day. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to do different stuff. So, all right. Thanks,
Never know
everybody.
about
We
us.
appreciate it.
Alrighty.
I want to thank all our sponsors as usual. Double D Beer Cheese, Lee's Famous Recipe. In fact, I'm probably going over there here in a few minutes, grab something on the way home. And 3 City Heat and Air. Man, have you guys been busy?
We've been steady right now. You know, it's kind of that mild temperature right
Yeah,
now where people's not really overworking their units, or they're not burning up and they're not freezing, so they're comfortable.
And I remember July last year. Oh my!
Just
goodness.
give it a couple weeks, and everybody be.
How about we
screaming.
enjoy some dry weather and enjoy a
dried
little
out.
sunshine? And you guys take care. And